everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I am making something pretty fun actually. I've actually got this piece of watercolor paper here and it's a pretty good brand, it's Arches. However, I've sort of let it go a little bit bent, a little bit folded, a little bit out of shape and let's just say damaged, and I had a really cool idea for what I was actually going to do with it. I am going to be trying my hand at drawing a map. Sort of like a fantasy treasure sort of gaming map, that kind of thing. I have seen this a lot in, let's say, video games like Assassin's Creed, but it's also really common in things like Dungeons and Dragons and, you know, just like typical pop culture, you know, treasure maps with like pirates and that kind of thing. And I really love all of the detail and stuff that goes into it. So I've decided to try it out and see what I can do. So the watercolors I'm actually using today are my Sennelier Watercolours. They are pretty good and quite high quality and I really love them. So when I started off, I sort of just let the paper get all scrunched up and give it a bit more of an aged look, and that was actually enhanced by the sort of really warm light brown wash that I added over the top of that, and it really settled in some of the creases, and yeah, I really like the look of that. So after this I used my watercolor just to give me some random shapes that I could use as islands, and of course I did a wet on wet technique to add the sort of textures for the water. I really tried to let the watercolor textures show through because I feel like that would be perfect for a sort of treasure map aesthetic, and I also really like how I added some really dark blues around the edges of all of the islands. That sort of gave it a little bit more of a 3D effect because it made the islands pop out a little bit more, look like they have a bit of a shadow around them. And I also let the sort of patchiness of the greens mixing in with the layer of brown underneath work really well for the islands themselves, because it sort of gave it a bit of a sort of a hint at sort of different landscapes and stuff. I did a few different layers just to sort of build up some value and depth in the painting. I really wanted to sort of enhance those colors and emphasize areas that I wanted people to pay attention to. And after all of that was dry, I finally went in with my fine liner to go and do all of the details. Now with the details, I am drawing things like mountains, landscapes, different sort of things to have on the map, like towns and castles and roads and all kinds of things like that. And I really like how I also added in some little animal paw prints to emphasize animal dens. I think that was pretty good. So overall, I'm really happy with the final results. I love how the map turned out. It definitely has a bit of an adventure aesthetic to it. I couldn't help just imagining people's lives when they live on this land as I was drawing it. Maybe things they could be getting up to. Maybe they could be, going on an adventure, sailing through the seas, or, looking through the desert to find like treasure or something like that. I couldn't help but make up these little stories in my head. So I guess I really like this, and I really like how it turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the final results and this video. It was a lot of fun to make. Please smash like and subscribe to get your scribble fix in the future if you want. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.